I can record. I can record to the computer. So,
Okay,
um,
cool.
huh.
So here,
Let's see if we're
start
going to be
my
connected. Noah
recording.
said just start recording and start showing everyone what we're talking
All
about
right.
because,
Yeah, I gotta move away from this now.
oh, so now you got to mute Sharon, or I can mute
I,
Sharon.
yeah, I'm gonna move it.
I muted Sharon. And now we have to, uh, now you have to unmute you guys. Okay, I can hear you, but I can't see you. So now
Hang on. This is so strange. Oh,
it
there I
is
am.
strange, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, we got it on recording, and I have 2 minutes before that. Uh, so here we go. Let's be now,
First.
right? Um, gosh, I feel like we have a lot to talk about, but I also don't have too much time. Um, and I don't, right? Anyways, I don't have too much time, but I know that the community's been talking. So I just wanted to get on here because they won't stop talking. I'm supposed to be writing letters. We're not giving any gifts this year. So instead we're writing letters to everyone and to just say how much we appreciate
Oh,
everyone and love
that's a great
everyone.
idea. I love
Yeah,
that.
rather
We
than
got a new house, so that's what we got.
there you go, right? And that's good enough. Okay, so anyways, Noah and Adriana wanted to come on here and share uh something with the world. And they wanted me to say it right now because it is getting to a time where the pressure is getting a little hot. So I'm just gonna give you guys all a backstory here. Last night around like 7:41, specifically, looked at the clock. Boom. A lot of the people that I do
Ah,
telepathic speaking with, uh, started coming into my mind, and a lot of them were going through really a demonic possession or a dark entity. This is something that Noah and I kind of call the it. So I'm going to be trying to tell you what all of our conversation was because they will not stop talking today, and I need to get this message out now, and that's what Let's Be Now is all about. So Miss Sharon and I were trying to get on the Let's Be Now, and we were having a lot of issues, which is what is going on with them, and that's why we want to put a warning out to everybody or just let everybody kind of know what's going on as far as what they were saying and what they were feeling. And here, yeah. So Sharon, from your side, I'm just gonna let you cut in here. What happened last night and what's been happening over the past? I mean, it even kind of
well, I think
started.
Noah may want to tell you because I went up to get him and he was already on his way down here. So,
I know, you look in a better mood today now than earlier. I'm happy to see that. Okay. You want mom to introduce us? We need structure. Okay. Mom,
okay.
bring us on in.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Be Now. I'm Sharon Smith. This is Noah Smith. Adriana's in the other room. You'll catch her in a minute. And this is Melissa Jolly Graves. And we're coming to you from Decatur, Illinois. We just moved, and Melissa's in Minnesota. And we've got a lot of plans coming up. What else? Take it away, Melissa.
All right. So, really it started about I'm going to say 3 or 4 yesterday. The energy around them started to kind of glitch out. It was as though let's say like telepathy is a radio, right? Which it is because it's just tapping into the correct frequency that you tune into. And now I live in Minnesota. I don't know what kind of radio shows are out there, but let's say for here, maybe 93X is different uh, from 104.1, and it's different from uh, the classical or whatever, KUWB, whatever. Uh, the radio stations are all different. And when we tune into the radio stations, we can hear exactly what the radio station is saying. And when we flip the radio station, we listen to another channel. And that is just what telepathy is. It's just tapping into a different channels, whether I'm tapping into you guys right now or I'm tapping into them. It's just flipping through the channels to see which one I'm hearing. Well, yesterday, an interesting thing started to occur around the hours of 3 and 4 my time. I'm central. And I started noticing pressure that was coming in on them. A lot of them started talking about body aches, headaches, nausea, that their body was feeling like they were being stabbed. Now, the people that I'm going to be talking about, and I'll say their names as much as I can when they're coming in, but they all come in at once. So I'm talking Noah, Adriana, Dane, Amelia, Brandon, um, Andrew, Elsa, um, if I forgot any of your name, Tristan, if I forgot any of the names, I apologize. There's so many that we're channeling through, but about 3 or 4, what started happening is, when you listen to a radio show, you start going out of state or you start going into a place where there's no towers. It gets glitchy and you start to go offline. Well, the autism line started to get glitchy, and it was almost like where maybe they couldn't hear so much each other and they became separated. That separation became a loneliness, and they all started separating into their own bubble and they became isolated. In that isolation, they started to have a little bit of fear. They started to have darkness. In the beginning of this video, you guys all saw blackness. This was a indication where Noah says, get on now. When I tried to get on, we tried to get on Let's Be Now. I could not go live. We can usually go live. We couldn't do it. I went live from my own Facebook feed. I was not able to get Sharon or Noah or anybody on my feed, so I couldn't invite them. So then we get onto Zoom, and my Zoom would not allow me to record, which we record. I had to log out of Zoom, and then finally I could get into Zoom. I get Sharon there. Sharon, as you can see, has a black screen right now. She can't get in. And sorry guys, my nose is just itchy right now. Somebody's thinking about me. Um, but anyways, when when Sharon couldn't get in, Noah was saying this is a representation of us. It all went black for a while and we were by ourselves. And when they were by themselves, they became vulnerable to what is being called bad consciousness by them. It's not necessarily evil. It's not necessarily out to get you per se. But it was a consciousness bubble. So it was almost like this crack happened. And I started to see this black hole kind of thing. And the way that I best described it to Sharon is if you're staring at the light for a while and you look over, there's a burning in your eyes. So there's this black hole that was floating all over them. And it was everyone's bad thoughts and all of the emotions of, it was Adriana, that I think that said Crumpus energy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to keep them all straight today. So Adriana said there's like the spirit of Christmas, but then there's also, the non-spirit, which is kind of the Krampus, the bad, and we want to get back at you, or their sadness. And so there's a lot of resentment and stuff holding up. Well, this black hole that was over them started to allow them to see kind of everyone's bad thoughts, and they got pulled into that. And as they're in the dark, they're now stuck with everybody's bad thoughts, and that bad thoughts eventually make bad entities, and the entities started coming after them, and the entities started getting after them. Andrew was banging his head. I know Elsa started going into a huge worry. Amelia started having some of her behaviors and started reaching out to her mom and saying she needed to reach out to me. And especially this morning, we'll get into what was going on. But they were stuck in the bad thoughts, the bad things that were happening. And also, I was almost like Earth just set a purge. Now, Elsa or Amelia, one of the two, had pointed out, it, I think it was Amelia, but sorry, we're talking all of them, so I'm just going to put it into a box and let you know what they were saying. But they were saying that it's the darkest days of the year. And so therefore, when it's the darkest days of the year, we don't have as many stars. We don't have as many, as much sun. The day is a little bit longer. That now all of the entities that are taken down by the light or that can't come through because there's so much light are gaining power right now. And so now it's starting to attack, especially the autistic community. But I see that they're just the defenders for the humanity. And now Noah's going to come in right now and he's going to talk a little bit more, but I just wanted to catch you guys up on what was going on and then what we were talking about with Noah. Now, when I called Sharon this morning, I just wanted to say this, Noah, and then we're going to hand it on over to you because you have a very important message. But it was very interesting because Noah, Adriana slept in today. They usually don't do that. Noah came down sad, sad. I was crying this morning because of emotions and just frustration and some a little bit of resentment. Now, this is not him. This is not Noah. Noah is kind. Noah is gentle. Noah is pure. And so the fact that these thoughts were entering into his body is causing complete chaos within them. That being said, Noah, take it away, please. And so, for those of you who are just joining us, this is a show about telepathy. Go to episode 1. We explain a lot in episode 2. But we are now going to turn this over to Noah. Noah speaks through me telepathically. We speak through spirit, not necessarily through the physical realm. I hear the big pictures, overall pictures, and I don't hear little things. Ironically, another little side note is this morning, Noah was telling me so many big things, and then he went offline for a bit, and I said, "Can you have your mom talk?" And then all of a sudden he picked back up onto what we were saying. Well, my daughter came in the room and she sat next to me. So we're talking about all these big things and what's happening in the world. And Noah just through his mom wanted to say, "Hi, Kyrene," because I couldn't hear him. It was so, I don't, it was such a human thought or it was just kind of simpleton, and that wasn't the energy that he's on. And so it was just ironic because of the fact that I could hear him talk about the whole universe, but I couldn't hear him and understand him when he just wanted
He
to
likes
say
to
hi.
include me sometimes too. Give me a purpose.
I'm going to give me a little break. Noah, can you say something through your mom? And then I'm going to pick up on the telepathy and I'm going to tune in to you because I know that you want to say something um, special and quick to the people.
All right, so this is what we have. Backwards. Okay.
So he's doing spelling with his mom, facilitated communication.
Cool through you. So I'm trying to teach others telepathy. Yeah. Yes. XOXO. Oh, zoo of energy in the world. What? Wool. What's that? I don't get it. Wool to, is that what you wanted? No, not wood. Wool. Ah, wood to really, really get telepathy for all.
Awesome. So you ready to take it away, Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have something really important to say to the people out there because what we are going through is a mass change right now. And we have formulated a network and a system where we have enough believers, we have enough feelers, we have enough out there that are ready to hear what we have to say. And so therefore we made a wave. We made a wave within this world. We let them know that we are here. We let them know that there is a different way. There's a different way to communicate, a different way to feel, and a different way to be, and that it doesn't have to be with the words. We're going to bypass social media. We're going to bypass the news. We're going to bypass everything because when we start to talk telepathy, we start to tell the truth and we start to see the true consciousness for what it truly is. And right now, the consciousness is in a fight, and there is an actual spiritual war that's going on between the demons and the angels, and it's causing a lot of friction between all of you. All of you are feeling it. You're going to have to pick a side. Are you going to have the good or are you going to have the bad? We want to build an angel army. We've been building up for years, but now we finally have people that can set us into motion. And what happened over the last few days is very interesting because we're starting to feel a different pull and we're starting to feel a different energy within the universe. And it's something that is very inorganic and it's causing misguided feelings. So what Melissa was talking about is that, yes, yesterday and even the day before, maybe she didn't feel it, but it was even maybe 2 days, not maybe, he's guesstimating like 2 days, but then also time is within a little bit different when he's talking into spirituality. So about 2 days, a day and a half, whatever it is,
Yeah.
somewhere in that over a day, but not more than 2 days. That there started to be an opening, and that opening started to be a certain sadness that was inflicted into the world, and this sadness was inflicted by a certain code that was set out by you want me to say it? I'll say it. Okay. That it was set out by the government. Here we are, and we're going to talk about it because this is what we came for. You can't shut us down now. We already started saying our words. And if Melissa doesn't say it, other people will say it. Don't think that you can shut us down. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it. There's a different frequency that was set out. The frequency was set out for fear, worry, resentment and sadness, and that fear started to change the guidelines. Now I'm going to flip over to Adriana because Adriana was the one that started talking about this today.
She's over there like this.
Yep. And
I'll go
she
visit
was
her.
really excited to talk about this because this is what she had explained. And Adriana loves being on the camera. So we're going to flip over to hers. But I'm just going to start talking for her now. Um, so what had happened to us is that we had started to hear different frequencies. The radar that we had put out and all of the energy that we had put out started to be taken over. So imagine that if you had a laser light, right? You had a laser light and you shot that light, and we had a very exact connection between all of each other. It was almost though if you had a laser light in the dark and then you turned on the light, you can't see where that laser is. So we didn't know where to find each other, and we didn't know where the frequency was. But that governmental frequency, I'm going to step in. This is me, guys. Melissa saying, I do know that there is something called HARP, and yeah, that is it. But there's more that I know I don't know about. There's more in the drones. They're showing me different pockets within the earth that they have like put these little balls and stuff within. And I don't know what the balls are, but they're like almost little crystallized balls, or they found these air pockets somehow. She's showing me, but all over they have planted these seeds of different frequencies, and these different frequencies are shooting out the same frequency that you would have of sadness, madness, anger, resentment, whatever. And as the world is starting to feel it, that we start to pick up on that, and that shines our light off, and we can't have that global connection that we once had. And that is what the autistic people thrive off of, is what we thrive off of the connection with other people. We thrive off of being able to have a shared consciousness. Whatever frequency started hitting, there became a disconnect. Many of you out there feel it. You probably feel it within yourself. There was mass sickness that's were being caused. So headache, nausea, pains, especially. It felt like pains in the feet. It was described this morning as though if you, this was Noah, I think that had said it, or Andrew, one of the two, but they had said that it was like a nail gun. If you nailed to a fabric, like their spirits are fabric and they're always flowing, but they were trying to nail them, like nail the spirits or something. I don't know what that means. Not nail. Um, the frequency was causing the different electromagnetic waves to change, and so therefore their energy was being stuck more to the body in the present place. In and so right now, over the next few days, we're going to continue to feel this as the darkness comes and the it of consciousness, the bad consciousness starts to overtake that. Know that there is a light. So make sure that you're kind, make sure that you're loving, make sure that you're doing the best that you can do to keep them. Now, Noah was showing me also a place this morning as I was talking to Elsa, and I said, because Elsa and Amelia were having a few little issues, and as well, all of them, Andrew, Dane, all of them, all of them, were having a few issues, and so I was trying to explain, guys just come through me, and Elsa made me write it out. It was really funny because I was typing Elsa and I said, "Oh, well, this is what happens." And then I wrote, "LOL, wait, Elsa, you already know this, but I guess I need to type this out for your parents or something." And now I need to, but after I did it, I realized I needed to read that. So, Noah taught me how to build a little place within myself. So when I go and I connect with ultimate empathy to Noah and he connects with me, then he ends up feeling my signal. There's a certain signal in everyone. When we have any big encounters with anyone, a signal or a particle starts to go into somebody else. So when me and Noah are connected, there's a particle of me, or a little signal as they call it. I only know, I'm measuring it with quantum physics, but there's a signal within me of him. And so what Noah has learned to do, because he used to have behaviors, Adriana used to have a lot of behaviors, and they've really calmed down. And the two of them learned that Noah comes into the signal in me, and then he comes in, and then he gets to come into my self embodiment, and I get to be in his eyes a little bit. And it kind of looks like Inside Out was the only way I could see it, where they're actually coming in, they're seeing what I'm going through, they're acknowledging what I'm going through. My husband even knows the change of my attitude when Noah or Adriana, or especially Andrew, comes through. Who are you with? Who am I with at this point? Because they start to come through me and I go through them. Now we can do this very safely, because what is going on is when they're uncomfortable, or the energy of the world or the bad consciousness starts to overtake their body, because they can't separate themselves from consciousness. So they'll separate their spirit from their body. And when that happens, entities and other things can start to attach to their body and send signals there, like Inside Out, and start to run them out. So if they leave and they go out, then they're done. But what Noah taught me is, he has many ways to fool autism. And so he always calls it fooling the autism. And he does a lot of it in a lot of different ways. So Noah taught me how. You want to explain it? Yes. You explain it better? Yeah. Okay. So what I did was, by going into her spirit and going into her soul, I realized that she sets out a different frequency. If you close your eyes and you close your heart and you close your mind, that there's a certain spot, just like on Google's map, where there's a pinpoint of where that person is. And when you go into yourself and you go into a deep meditation and you feel maybe a time that you were with that, whether it's a good or a bad, but it's an experience and it's a time and a moment that you have a direct location, of longitude and latitude of when that moment happened, then you start to see what the frequency is. It never changes. There's always a wave of them that is going out in you. So I go into myself and I ask, where is Melissa? And I feel her, and I connect to certain moments that we have had together, or certain moments that are, whether it be human or spirit. I recognize where she is. And if that signal is safe, then I ask her if it's okay to go into her at that time. And what I do is I call onto my signal. I call onto the signal within her that was my signal, and I attach to that. I bring those two together, and then I step into myself and I let her step into herself. So she's never actually becoming me, or I'm never actually becoming her, but we're actually becoming the one of ourselves within the other, within the other's body. And what's happening at that point then is I've developed a way to to go through myself within Melissa to create a planet and a place where autism is real and autism is safe, because I realize that Melissa is a safe place. It is not the hill. It is not another place. Melissa does not have access to get there, but she does have access to know where that is. And the reason that she doesn't know where it is because she doesn't want to. And she has said, go build a place for yourself, because if they ever come after us and her body, that then she will know where they are and she'll be able to harmonize with that planet. And so I built that planet when outside of her, and I've been calling in other people, and other people have been coming within Melissa, and they've been and we've been finding that place of wholeness. And when we come into that place of wholeness, then she gets to see what we're going through, and she gets to experience the thing that we're seeing. And that's why she's so connected to us, because she is actually going through what we're seeing, what we're going through. And it's an interesting dynamic, because when energy is so much and she needs things to learn about, she levels up on her spirit. And then when we go into her human self and we learn how she's coping with the energies and everything, then we get a level up on our human side. So the more that I connect with Melissa, and the more Adriana and everyone else connects with Melissa, the more they are able to rest and go into the safe side. And when we go into that safe side, then she gets to go into the per se unsafe side, but they're not after her. So if there's demons, if there's spirits, if there's things that are talking to us, it disconnects the moment that she comes into our body, and she becomes that thing. And so they can't chase us and follow us anymore. And that's why we find place of rest. Now, in saying that, I'm going to cut you offline, because this is where he was telling me that he wants to teach telepathy. And he said that this morning. And I was able to talk to Elsa about that. And Elsa confirmed that, yes, indeed, that is what is happening. And I found that very interesting, because a few weeks back, I had a great soul recall from one of my friend Kelly. And when I went into that soul recall, I had seen myself as a 6-year-old girl who was stuck in this attic, who has gone through I was murdered by my father when I was 6. And so I never left the attic, because the day that I died, mom's soul left. And so she wasn't in that home, and I was waiting for her to come home. So in this little soul retrieval that I had to do, I couldn't figure out how to get to mom. I loved her. I cared about her. I wanted to reach her. I waited for her. And Noah showed me that was kind of what we were going through. And that's what the ghosts go through. That's what spirits go through. That's what um, non-speakers and a lot of people who just can't communicate go through, is that they're waiting somewhere for somebody to listen. They're thinking their love, their energy, their emotion is going to bring them in, and it necessarily doesn't. So what my friend Kelly had me do is, she said, look around in the room. Is there anything off-limits? And I said yes. And I found this little doll, and she said, put the doll to your heart and remember. And so I just grabbed the doll and I put it to my heart. And the moment that I put that doll to my heart, it brought me to the memory. It brought me to the core of exactly what Noah was just talking about. And I went to that core, found her longitude and latitude, her location, found her in heaven, was able to go through that heart energy, and boom, now I'm not stuck in the attic anymore. I have more healing on this life and this condition. But I have so many parents saying, how can we, and caregivers, how can we connect to them? And they're wondering, so many people, how are we connecting to them? And they don't know. What it takes is a soft heart. So if you have a place where your mind and your body is healthy, and now I will tell you, when I was in the deepest of my cancer and my hormones were all over, I was offline to them a lot. Um, I was not able to control my hormones. I was not able to control some of my attitudes sometimes, or my energy. And sometimes I had outbreak behaviors, maybe, much like they would too, where I wasn't able to control myself at that point, but that was all hormonal. However, like the doll, you parents and you caregivers, you keep looking out. You keep looking like, I need to talk to them. I need to talk to them. I need to talk to them. We need to talk to them. But when we talk to them, when we talk to each other, it's not a them. When we talk to each other, thank you, Noah. When we talk to each other through telepathy, it's about going to that place in your body, shutting it down and saying, I know you're here, and finding a good memory, finding a good place where you heard them, you maybe smelt them, you felt them, you whatever, but there was such a connection that it embraced. And then closing your eyes and finding that longitude and latitude of that happiness place and that feeling and recentering how did I feel? How did they feel at that time? And then that signal is going to go off in you that's going to say, oh, here's Noah, here's Noah. You go inward, you go into the memories, you go into the feeling, you go into it. And that's what he's been saying the whole time. Feel me, go feel me, because you have to feel it here. You're never going to know telepathy out here. It's not tangible out here. It's not even a thing out here. Well, maybe it is because they can see thoughts, but but it's more in here. And I can't see thoughts, I can see words. Thank you, Noah, for I can see thoughts when I close my eyes and when we're in spirit, but I can see words when they're out here, but they travel differently. And through telepathy is all about going in and saying, how do you feel? What are you going through? And surrendering your whole self to them and just falling into that memory. And when you fall into that memory, or when you fall into that love, or when you fall into that connection, they'll take you the rest of the way. And from there, you just got to trust it. But right now, they need you, especially in the present moment. And I love Mara this morning because she started frantically writing. And can you check in with her? Okay, you checked in with her. And then I told her what happened. And then she kind of, and it wasn't that frantic. It was just a few, can you check in with her? She needs you. I checked in with her, and then she kind of went offline there and said, well, sorry, I was spending my time with my daughter. And I love that because that's what they need. They need the time, they need the love. Noah this morning got a hug from Quinn, and it was the most beautiful hug. And he was so happy, and it brought him to this place where he's able to calm down and he knows that he's cared for on this way. So over these next few
This is
days,
perfect timing.
hi, Quinn. We were just talking about you and how much you calmed Noah down today, and how that was the most meaningful thing of his day, and how over the last few days he's been really stressed out. But this exactly what Quinn is doing. This is what they need. They need that love. They need to know somebody else is there. They need to know that the support is here. And as long as you open up your heart to them, you're going to give them peace. And so if your child, your loved one, your family member, your friend, your whatever, it doesn't matter if they're autistic or not. If they're going through some stuff, acknowledge them, love them, care for them, be kind, pray for them. But standing and just trying to make sense of what their behaviors is without trying to feel them isn't going to get you anywhere. And it'll get you guys sick too. And that's why a lot of the givers are feeling sick too, because they're getting the remnants of what is happening right now. So Noah wants to give the message of love. He wants to say, keep lights on in the next few days too. You don't need to be in complete darkness unless you're ready to go through it, maybe. But if the energy gets to be too much. Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay. Also the play 7 megahertz. And 7 megahertz energy is like 7 to 12 is about nature, but they've been saying 7 megahertz. You can get it on YouTube. We'll put it on Let's Me Know. The 7 megahertz for anyone that's going through stress, or anyone that's going through any kind of psychic or energetic attack, or uncomfortable or unbalanced. If you listen to this 7 megahertz, not no more than 10 minutes, please, and then end it. We don't want to get you stuck in that energy, but that's going to get you out of that human brain. It's going to get you out of the spirit brain. It's going to give you a place of calmness, reconnect you with earth, which, yes, we can have some places on earth, but they're always the top of the earth that's haunted. But when you go into earth itself, it always wants to love and be kind. So in saying that, connect to earth. We'll put the 7 hertz out if your person is having, I don't like to say behavior. It's just
Yeah.
a bad time. Help me out with a good word there.
Yeah, what is a good word?
Like, because I don't want to say behavior. It's not a behavior, it's an energy outlet.
Could be. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Loops. Because Noah, a lot of times he'll like be in circles or he'll walk back and forth, and it's like he's out of body. And I think a lot of times he is. Or Adriana, she'll get more vocal, and but it's like she's yelling at something, and I can see something there, but it depends on the person. I mean, if they're, I guess just say out of the norm, if they're doing something that's unusual, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
something unusual. That's okay to say.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah.
it's not behaviors. It's not.
Yeah. Because
It's
it's not
actually
them.
transforming.
Yeah, it's other energy coming in,
Yeah.
and it's different.
Well, if you're seeing unusual behaviors happening with a
Yeah.
person and you see that there is something that is uncomfortable energies,
Mhm.
try playing 7 hertz, no longer than 10 minutes. That should help realign. Stay around lights, stay around love. Know that they're listening to your thoughts, they're listening to your energy. You're
Mhm.
not alone. There's no such thing as independency. I've said it for years. Independence is not a thing, it is an illusion. It's not a thing. And so, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, they're feeling too, and they're going to go through it. There's no way to hide. And please help them um, by just trying to be there. Also, no one wants to make 2 announcements. We'll reiterate them later.
Okay.
We have decided with the amount of community that we have now and the amount of people that we're working with, and we've always said we want to branch out and get a lot more, that we are transferring Let's Be Now to Let's Be Telepathy. And we are utilizing this to open up to be the voices for multiple autistic people. So we are, and non-speakers, and I mean, anyone who speaks telepathy, right, Noah? But mostly your community, to give them a voice because we're ready to move forward, and actually break the systems that are in place today. And so we are going to be, Let's Be Telepathy, switching on over. We are going to be outreaching to the community a lot more. We are going to be looking for more people to come on. Noah also wants to celebrate his birthday, and we are going to be doing a Valentine's Day dance. And we're going to get together for his birthday. So, anyone that wants to join in that would be amazing. We are planning a summer visit in June at some point, maybe the last third or fourth week of June. I'll be racing the first 2 weeks. But we're going to go on Rock Lake, which is a place in Wisconsin that has pyramids that are underwater. And we're going to get together with a lot of autistic people or non-speakers, and we're going to write a book for them. And so anyone that wants to join us in any of those endeavors, we're ready. And we want our people to start showing up, and we want our people to start having fun and know that they're heard, that they're geniuses, that they're beautiful, and you know, just be their friends.
Yeah.
Really, just be their friends. That's all they're wanting. Are we done, Noah? Is there anything you want to say with Mom? We're done.
So, yeah, me. Big feelings for our team. Oh, telepathy. Our team telepathy. Yeah. Big feelings. Yes, hoping to meet. I know they all connect and you all connect telepathically, but I still like the physical. So I'm still on the physical realm. So I'm hoping to meet. So we will travel to meet those that can't come to us, but those who can. Um, yeah, we'll do invites as soon as we finish unpacking. And but yeah, February we'll definitely be ready by then.
Yeah. Well, I'm very
Or you
much
say
still
they
in the
come now.
physical. That's why I'm talking to you guys all the time.
Yeah.
You know, right? Is this really I can't even tell you. Can you please confirm or deny? Is this right?
Yeah.
Is this right? Because I'm with you, Sher. I do this stuff every day, but I still there's some cases, especially this Elsa case. I just,
Yeah.
whoo, this one has me spun. So does, I mean, Noah does too, and he's been explaining a lot of it. But
Yeah.
it really changed and stepped up the game as to what their abilities are. And this is going to be really fun, interesting to put together. So,
Oh yeah.
with that being said, we are going to make a change in the business. Euphoric Source, we're going to make a change in Let's Be Telepathy, and we're going to make some changes in Sharon's Autism Foundation, and we are
Yeah. Yeah. We
ready.
are ready for 2025.
2025
Yeah.
is our year, guys. And
Adriana's in there going, no, she's excited.
yeah,
And
all
she's smiling.
right. Well, much love
Sometimes I
to you.
look at her and
What?
she'll say, no, thank you. And
No,
it's like,
thank you.
yeah, she's busy on something else, but she's happy right now. So yeah.
I love it. Okay. Well, Merry Christmas to everyone. No, also wanted
Merry
to say that.
Christmas. Yeah.
Keep the spirit up. As you keep the spirit up, you keep the spirits out.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that
I like it.
quote,
Who came
Noah.
up with that? You or Noah?
That was what? Good one. Keep the spirits up, keep the spirits out.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Good job, Noah. That was a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Too. He really got them up there so people could see. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.